Ladies and gentlemen, our third bout of the evening. Dynamite Dazza Darren Allison versus Jayde J. Mitch Mitchell.
And welcome everyone to the commentary position here at Centre Ring, Melbourne Pavilion, packed to the rafters tonight. Bruce Eva with you, shortly to be joined by the former IBF Super Featherweight Champion of the world, promoter extraordinaire in Barry Michael. Brad Vicali will also join us on commentary tonight. We've got 5 big fights to bring to you. We've already had a couple of big wins to Sean Thomas and Brent Moore, both winning by stoppage over Sam Rogers and Matthew Smith respectively. But we're seeing walk to Centre Ring, the opponent for Jayde Mitchell tonight, that being Darren Allison, having his 6th professional contest. As I welcome Barry Michael to the commentary position here at the Melbourne Pavilion, and we welcome all of our viewers on Channel 31.
Thank you, Bruce. Look, wonderful to be here. Back on TV Ringside, live on Channel 31. We've received enormous ratings for the last couple of shows that we've done, and tonight stacks up to be a great card. I've just found out that 2 of my previous opponents are here. Willie Leslie, who I fought and haven't actually seen for probably 40 years. We fought when I was about 19 on TV Ringside over a 6-rounder. He was my first 6-rounder. And also Joe Gibilisco, who went on back to Italy and won the European Lightweight Championship. One of the very tough, very big punching Joe Gibilisco is also here. 2 of my previous opponents. Great to know. But Darren Allison in Centre Ring at the moment. Jayde Mitchell coming out, very big following this young lad. Last year was a paid sparring partner for the great Miguel Cotto, so a very classy opponent. But Darren Allison certainly comes to fight.
He certainly does. We saw him in action late last year. He dropped, well, not a decision. He was stopped by Mitchell Clark, who we're going to see him a little bit later this evening. But it was a very tough 7 rounds that Darren Allison went with Mitchell Clark. And of course, that's a common opponent because Jayde Mitchell, he defeated Mitchell Clark
number 3 of the evening. This fight is brought to you by the Woodlands Hotel.
Exactly.
8 by 3-minute rounds in the super middleweight division. Your referee in charge of this contest is Mr. Jim Boland. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Steve Stenborg, out of the North Melbourne Boxing Club, an official weight of 76.3 kilograms, wearing a white shorts with blue and red. A fight record of 5 fights for 2 wins. Representing Rockingham in Western Australia, ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite Dazza Darren Allison. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Leonard Mitchell, out of the Peninsula Hurt Locker. An official weight of 76.9 kilograms, wearing blue, black, yellow and pink boxing shorts. A fight record of 6 fights, 5 wins, 2 ending by way of knockout. Fighting out of Melbourne's Mornington Peninsula, he is the IBO Asian Continental Middleweight Champion, Jayde J. Mitch Mitchell.
Welcome to Centre Ring, boys. I've spoken to both of you, you know what I need. Good, clean fight, neutral corner here and one behind me. Any questions now? Let's get it on. Let's make the best man win.
All the best, brother. You too, brother.
And the very experienced Jimmy Boland gives both men final instructions. And 8 3-minute rounds at the super middleweight limit. As you said, Barry Michael, Jayde Mitchell, what a huge following he brings from the beautiful Mornington Peninsula.
Round 1.
He certainly does. He's a very classy boxer and a classy human being. It's a pleasure dealing with him, actually. And, you know, I was watching sparring with Michael Zarafa last week with some beautiful boxing. But Darren Allison is a very experienced, a lot of amateur fights, only the few professional fights, but, you know, a big amateur career behind him in the United Kingdom. And he's got all the moves. He gave Mitchell Clark, who Jayde Mitchell actually, you know, beat on points in Mitchell Clark's only loss. Gave him a very tough fight. So look, this is going to be very interesting indeed.
And of course, Jayde Mitchell is coming off his only professional loss when he dropped a majority decision to Ryan Breeze just before Christmas at the Malvern Town Hall. So his unblemished record, as he's virtually hurled to the canvas there, is Darren Allison.
Yes.
Jimmy Boland wipes the gloves down. Allison just shrugs his shoulders, shakes his head, and
he's a pretty cool customer, Darren Allison. He seems to take things in his stride. And as I said, a lot of amateur experience, and you know, he does come to fight. And he gave Mitchell Clark a very tough fight. But Jayde Mitchell, a very slick boxer indeed.
a scrappy start, it must be said.
Yes. You know, both boys are warm to it, trying to work each other's styles out. But, you know, Darren Allison, when he fought Mitchell Clark, he landed a million big left hooks against his southpaw opponent. And, you know, I mean, Jayde Mitchell's a different kettle of fish. He's an orthodox boxer, moves from side to side, with fast hands. Whereas Mitchell, you know, if you know how to fight a southpaw, it certainly helps. And this man, with the experience he's had, Darren Allison, certainly does.
37 years young, Darren Allison.
Yeah, relatively late start in the professional ranks indeed.
Certainly hasn't been a clean opening round. It's been a...
Both boys, I think, still. There's that countering left hook from Allison.
Working it. Watch that head close.
Yeah, you got to watch Darren's head.
Right, watch heads.
Both boys have clashed heads there.
So adrenaline to be coursing through both men's bodies. Jayde Mitchell found a home for a good straight right, and the left connected as well.
Step back.
Couple of good right hands there.
There.
Jimmy Boland, the referee, one of our most experienced referees, and really knows his way around there. Looks after the boys, but, you know, one of the best referees in the business indeed.
Nice left rip there from Jayde Mitchell. Allison was trying to weave his way out of trouble. Ties the younger man up. Last 15 seconds. Yep, the opening round. Scheduled for 8. Short right from Mitchell.
Nice countering right from Mitchell. I think that actually hurt Allison. Wild overhand left from Darren Allison. Popping big body shots right on the ball.
Round number 1.
Huge finish from Jayde Mitchell, who went bouncing back to the corner.
Jayde's got a little nick, head clash.
And we just heard from Jimmy Bowen then, head clash. If there is a slight cut there over the left eye of Jayde Mitchell.
Yes, not good, you know, to have a cut in the first round.
Weren't a lot of clean exchanges, including that ugly sprawling to the canvas of Allison, but that was some nice, that was a lovely combination.
Right hand and double left jab, and another right hand there. Clean shots from Jayde Mitchell, clear opening round. Left hook to the body. Yeah, Darren Allison lost that round big time.
And finished strong as well, Jayde Mitchell.
Seconds down.
3 vicious rights to the left kidney.
Great atmosphere inside the Melbourne Pavilion tonight.
Round number 2.
So Jayde Mitchell in black trunks with the multicolour band and piping, and the blue and white ensemble for Dynamite Darren Allison.
Good sportsmanship, you know, shown by both boys, touching gloves at the start of each round, which is, you know, only necessary at the start of the first round, and of course the final round, if we get to that stanza. Darren Allison trying to stay away, but getting nailed here in round 2.
Get a break. Break. Step right back. That's it, Jay.
Well, he has the 2 stoppage wins from his 5 victories, Jayde Mitchell.
Oh, look, he's out for a stoppage here. Darren Allison popping a lot of clean shots here. Jayde Mitchell well on top. Darren Allison.
Great left, the short left there really stung Allison.
Right. Right back. Here we go.
Allison gets just a little bit of a breather, but Mitchell's back onto him immediately. And the left again stung him.
This is looking like it's not going to go much further, to be honest. Jayde Mitchell all over Darren Allison here in round 2.
He's going to need to pull out every trick
Right back. You're pulling in.
he knows to just survive this round, Barry.
He certainly is.
In a lot of trouble.
Yep. Jayde Mitchell looking for that opening again. Darren Allison tries to get away and get a breather. A tentative left jab, nice right hand from Jayde Mitchell.
Step back, don't punch.
Allison not as sharp as he was in his last fight against Mitchell Clark here, being totally dominated.
Mitchell getting more accurate by the second. He certainly found his range now. And Allison getting marked up under the eyes. Again, trying to maul and brawl to diminish the effectiveness of the younger man.
Yep. Yeah, Jayde Mitchell, you know, well on top, totally dominating the fight at this stage. It's just a matter of time, I think, before you see Jayde Mitchell land some clean shots to the head. Darren has got a puncher's chance, but, you know, Jayde's a tough lad. He's takes a good shot, and he certainly moves well, defends well. 30, coming up to 30 seconds, round 2.
With another Jayde Mitchell round. He finished the first round impressively and had Allison hurt. Is it going to be the same again? Although Allison's looking to say no, it was a punch at the back of the head. And the towels come in. Steve Stenborg's run the towel in. And Jayde Mitchell wins by a second round stoppage. And Steve Stenborg, the trainer, very experienced, had seen enough. And Darren Allison is stopped late in the second round by Jayde Mitchell, improves to 6-1 with 3 victories by way of knockout.
Yes, you know, Darren Allison probably would have wanted to go on with it, but good move by Steve. I think it was just a matter of time. But right behind the left hook as Darren Allison goes down just before the bell.
Clean fantastic sponsor, Woodlands Hotel, proud to bring you this bout number 3 of the evening.
It was probably the first of those trio of lefts, wasn't it? The punch towards the back of the head, but that next punch there, the left, right on the left ear.
Yes.
And he was on his way to the canvas then.
The first one is probably technically illegal, but it was the way he turned. It was just one of those things, the punch was on the way and he turned away. So there's not a great deal you can do about it.
So a very happy Jayde Mitchell, who, as we said earlier, brings a huge support cast, big fan base from the Mornington Peninsula. And we now see Steve Stenborg unlacing the gloves on Darren Allison, who at 37, he's now lost his last 4 fights, and we'll probably have to consider whether
maybe he's got to consider doing something else.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously got a job as well, and he's a ripper of a bloke, but you can't keep backing up like that.
Let's get up to centre ring and John Demicola.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes and 47 seconds into the second round. This fight ended. Your winner via corner stoppage. Ladies and gentlemen, Jayde Mitchell!
Enormous respect between the two fighters, and a very happy Jayde Mitchell is crowned the winner.
Yes, very decisive victory for Jayde Mitchell. One of our up-and-coming super middleweights, and a great fight it was between Jayde and Ryan Breeze last year, and undoubtedly would shape up to be a great rematch.
And we thank the Woodlands Hotel for their terrific support of that, our third bout of the night, our first televised bout on Channel 31. We welcome all of our viewers watching here in Melbourne and the metropolitan area, and down in Geelong on Barry Michael's TV Ringside. We'll take a short break from the Melbourne Pavilion. Another huge night of fights from Barry Michael Boxing.